Hi friends, good morning. This side CA Bharatkar. This is a short video on 5 urgent action points which every taxpayer should take in GST. We all are aware that as per section 39.9 proviso, timeline for rectification of error or omission for 1920 is up to the due date of GST 3B of September 2020 or filing of annual return whichever is earlier. So for 1920, it would be October 20th unless extended since filing of annual return is not feasible before that. To begin with, our first action point is in relation to ITC. As per Section 16(4) of CGST Act, taxpayers will not be entitled to take ITC of purchase invoices of 1920 post due date of September 2020 return. We must ensure that we have claimed all ITC in GSTR 3B as per the purchase register. Secondly, all the invoices as per the books of accounts are reflecting in GSTR 2A. Thirdly, which is very important, POS, which is a place of supply, is correctly stated, particularly in case of multi-state entities. For example, suppose we are in Delhi, we can't take ITC if POS is in any other state. Thus, proper reconciliation is required in such case. Second action point is in relation to liability as well as ITC. We must ensure that we have discharged liability towards RCM for invoices of 1920 and ITC have been taken up to September 2020 return. We all are aware and noticed in GST audit of 1718 that certain invoices were missed in relation to RCM. There was a divided opinion and most of the experts were of the view that we cannot take ITC of such invoices where RCM was discharged post September. So to avoid ITC loss, we should discharge RCM liability and take ITC up to September 2020 return. Third action point, which is very important for the suppliers, that is, as per section proviso of section 37(1), no rectification or error or omission in respect of details furnished in 37(1) shall be allowed after the furnishing of GST 3B for the month of September following the end of financial year. Therefore, suppliers should reconcile GST returns with books, which is very important. You must make sure that all supplies are disclosed with correct GST and values. Otherwise, buyers may ask for compensation for their credit loss after the due date. There may be a contractual obligation. It can be a part of contract between the parties. So, if there is an ITC loss to the purchaser due to the mistake of the supplier, the purchaser may file the suit of recovery of tax and interest or may further stop business activities. So, supplier must make sure that proper returns are filed. Further, we must ensure that all supplies have been duly recorded in a GSTR 1. Place of supply is correctly stated in return so that purchaser could get ITC. Therefore, proper reconciliation is also required in this case. Fourth action point is it is again for suppliers. It is in respect to disclosure of credit notes. As per section 34(2) of CGST Act, credit notes pertaining to supplies made in 1920 should be disclosed in return of September 2020. There is no time limit for debit notes. It is important to note that GST law recognizes GST 3B as return and not GSTR 1 for adjustment of liability. Therefore, it should be disclosed both in GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B. In short, GSTR 3B is must. In case there is no output tax liability and adjustment is not possible in September 2020 return, refund may be claimed for such credit note. Fifth action point, which is very relevant for multi-state entities, it is in relation to interstate, inter-unit supplies, cross-charge and IST. We must ensure that invoices for inter-unit supplies and cross-charge for 1920 has been raised by the supplier unit. It should be shown in the proper returns and recipient units has claimed the ITC in respect of such invoices. Further, if some ITC of 1920 pertains to some other unit and has not been transferred to the eligible unit through IST, cross-charge invoice should be raised by the supplier unit upon the recipient unit so that the recipient unit can take the ITC. We must note that these units are distinct end persons. So if there is some common ITC which is in relation to audit fee, It should be proportionate to all the units based upon the turnover. One unit cannot take the entire ITC. Therefore, these are the five key urgent action points which every taxpayer should take. We should ensure that these are taken before the due dates to avoid any last minute hassle. So, thank you, friends. That's it for today. See you later. Bye.